Hello, I'm Uriah, and this is the Productive Therapist Podcast. We provide world-class virtual assistants for world-changing therapists and practical tips on productivity, outsourcing, and building a business and a life that you absolutely love. I'm super excited to be here with my co-host, Tracel Callahan, who is our client happiness advocate and premier knowledge navigator. Hi, Tracel.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good today, thanks. So I love the title that you created for yourself. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, it wouldn't fit on a business card, I think.
No, probably not. Just big fancy words for trainer and client management.
Right. Good thing we're a virtual company and we don't have business cards.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I have a question for you today.
Okay.
I'm wondering if you usually respond to client satisfaction surveys from companies when they send them by email.
No, I kind of just view it like junk email and I would just delete it. And that's
Right.
even if it gets to my inbox to begin with and just doesn't end up in spam. So
That's
no, I don't
true.
really take the time to do it.
Yeah, I find that I don't either. And sometimes I feel a little bit guilty, but
Yeah,
I usually only respond if it's a company I really like and I want to support.
that makes sense.
Or if they offer me some sort of incentive like a Starbucks gift card or something like that.
Starbucks, that's the way to your heart.
That gets me going. Oh, yeah, for sure. So one of the things I've been thinking a lot about is how to increase client retention for a therapy practice, whether that's a solo practice or a group practice, super important.
Right.
And one thing that we're talking about today is sending a feedback form to people after their first session. So that's what we're going to tell people about.
Why is that important? How would that help with client retention?
There's a couple ways that it can help. I think the first one is to catch problems early. So kind of from a quality assurance standpoint, because it's true for a lot of customers of other businesses, but clients don't often speak up when there's a problem or they have some sort of challenge with their therapist. And so what can happen is if the client gets an opportunity to give feedback, they might speak up about something that didn't go well. And then there's an opportunity for maybe them to be either matched with a different therapist or for that challenge to be resolved. So that's really helpful.
Right. So if they don't have that outlet, you may never know. They just don't show up again, right?
They just disappear. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And then the flip side of that coin is with a feedback form, they can also give positive feedback, which is just always good to hear for the therapist, for sure.
Right. Because sometimes you only hear if there's a problem. So it's nice for them to be able to give some positive feedback as well.
Right. Absolutely.
So what does that look like? What is the process of that feedback
So
form?
we started implementing this about 6 months ago, and it's pretty simple, to be honest. We have our virtual assistant send out a friendly email around 4 or 5 days after the first appointment. And it's just a nice email that then includes a link to the feedback form so they can go to the website and fill out the form. Pretty straightforward.
Right.
Yeah. And then the truth is that a lot of people don't fill it out, but we still do it. And I think it's a nice touch one way or another. And then a small percentage of people will respond. And I think it can absolutely help.
Yeah. So even if somebody's not filling it out, they probably are acknowledging, at least to themselves, that they've received some contact from you, that you obviously care, or you wouldn't have gone to the effort to send the email to begin with. So at least it gives them a positive view from the experience. So that's good.
I think so. Yeah.
So you must have some things in place then that make it a little bit easier, a little automated on your end to send those out.
Yes. For new listeners, of course, this is a new podcast, so everyone's a new listener. We do love technology and automation and delegation, all those fun things at The Productive Therapist. So whenever possible, I will use software to automate things. Yes.
Right.
And I mean, you can obviously do this with a piece of paper, handing it to them on the way out of the session.
Old school. Yep.
But then, there's just too many problems with that. So yes, we use something called WP Forms, which is actually a plugin on our website that allows us to create really simple surveys, simple forms, and then we can send the link to them. And then there's a lot of other tools like that too. A lot of people like to use Google Forms, or another one is Jot Form. Those two in particular can be HIPAA compliant, so that's nice. And so that just makes it really easy. And then there's this seamless experience where they click the link and they're going to the website. So with any of those options, you can embed that form on your website. Pretty simple, copy and paste of a little code.
That's nice. So they're not going to a third-party website. They're staying right on your website, which is nice.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's
and for
cool.
people who are interested, obviously we can't show you because this is a podcast, but in the show notes, we will include a link to the feedback form for my group practice. So you can take a look at that. Feel free to steal the questions. We won't go through all the questions here, but I'll mention that I like to keep it very short because people don't generally like surveys like we talked about before. And then if it's a long survey, it's even a little bit more intimidating and people will just, not do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Short and sweet. That's a good method.
So this is something I highly recommend, and it's something that can be easily outsourced, right? So you don't have to do it. You can have your administrative assistant or your virtual assistant do it. And I would say if you want to learn more about practical client retention strategies, you can go ahead and check out our checklist that we created for this very purpose, called, very cleverly, the Client Retention Checklist. So you can go to productivetherapist.com/free to download it today.
Great.
Thanks for doing this with me, Tracel. This is fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.
She carries all the colors of the world in her eyes, and I'm just here hoping I can catch the sights. It's not easy finding light in dark times, but I feel brighter with you beside. She carries with her words that make the joys come alive. Like walking on water, all my fear subsides. But what have I to give you when you've mountains more to choose through? Will you wait and remember me tonight? And all which I hold to me dear, I would share it all with you throughout these years. I would make it my ambition to seek love. I would lift your light up high to shine for all. She's everything I've grown to cherish, brief in time. Every conversation keeps my faith alive. I trust you know your worth is far greater than words. Just keep these memories in mind. Just keep these memories in mind. Just keep